Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll show you how one high school in Bell County is letting its seniors walk across the stage in front of their families. And after health concerns led one school system to move to pickup-only meals, local first responders stepped in to help get them to those with no transportation. Plus, the closing of courtrooms and city halls has impacted families trying to adopt a child but not stopping them. We talked with one of those families after their successful adoption.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Katie Cook. It is Wednesday, May the 6th, and the time is 6:33. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Brandon, I've been getting used to those warmer temperatures, but it looks like we're going to see a cool down today. I'm glad I brought my jacket with me this morning.
Hey, that was a good move on your part, Katie, because it's a downward spiral today especially. I think we'll start to warm up gradually through the weekend, but we're in one of our mini winters for sure. Had to crank up the sensitivity on Doppler there because we're seeing some of those low bands of rain. I just got a report earlier from one of our radio partners over in Whitesburg down the road here that they got a text that it was pouring the rain in Vico there and around the Hazard area, so I had to crank the sensitivity up a little bit to even see that there, but the heavier bands of rain still back out toward the west there in parts of Rockcastle County and then up into Jackson and Estill counties up toward the Mountain Parkway and into parts of the I-75 corridor. Temperatures this morning basically been holding steady for the most part. 43 Moorhead, Huntington, Logan, 50 in London, upper 40s in a lot of locations this morning, and they're not going to move a whole lot throughout the day. That's anywhere between 5 and 10 degrees colder than it was this time yesterday morning. So again, that trend continues. Your out the door forecast, we are going to see temperatures basically steady through the morning hours. Those scattered chances for rain will continue off and on throughout the day as temperatures top out around 52 if you're lucky. So keep that jacket and that rain gear handy pretty much all day long. Katie?
All right, Brandon, thank you. It's still up in the air on what schools will look like this fall. The Kentucky Department of Education wants school districts to plan for several scenarios. There could be an early start, potentially in July, a traditional start, or even a late start after Labor Day. Officials say a possible July start could allow for in-person classes and move to online if cases spike in the fall. And in-person classes could also have some changes. Dozens of parents and their graduating seniors have won a victory after suing the Laurel County Superintendent and Board of Education. The parents say the original graduation plan for North and South Laurel did not let parents attend an event where seniors are given diplomas in small groups. They argue the plan did not follow state graduation or CDC guidelines and asked a judge to block the proceedings. The Centennial Echo reports after a day-long hearing that a judge ordered the school district to revise their plans and allow parents to attend. A meeting is expected to be held at 5 o'clock this evening about a revised plan. And Bell County High School is letting its seniors walk across the stage in front of their families while still following CDC guidelines. WYMT's Emily Bennett shows us how.
Before the pandemic, the class of 2020 spent most of their time in school expecting to hear their name called,
Olivia Lindsay Rose Lynch,
and walk across the stage with their classmates.
It was really disappointing at first. All of us kind of knew it was going to happen.
But Bell County High School is giving their seniors a graduation as close to normal as possible.
Being honest, I was really thankful that I actually got to have a semi-normal graduation.
Seniors are scheduling a time to come to the high school in cap and gown and walk across the stage in front of 4 other family members.
It gives me like a sense of completion.
Seniors were skeptical at first.
Actually coming here and doing it was a really good experience.
But at the end of the day, it was better than expected.
Something you don't get in a normal graduation. You don't get to hear all of their awards and scholarships listed out.
And those even more excited than the seniors, the families.
I have been very emotional, honey. I've already cried this morning.
Expecting to not have the chance to see the biggest day in their child's life.
That was kind of hard, but then you see this, and then you think, well, we get a little bit, and
Very thankful.
Very thankful.
Thankful for the creative minds of the Bell County High School staff to give their children the day they deserve. In Bell County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
All the seniors were recorded as they walked across the stage. They plan to edit it into a seamless graduation video and give all the seniors a copy on DVD. Letcher County Schools made the decision to go to pickup meals only a few weeks ago, concerned for the health of their bus drivers. Breakfast and lunch is provided, but for those with no transportation, getting that meal was a struggle. That is when first responders from 3 fire departments stepped in to make sure no child was left behind. Kitchen manager Rhonda Stidham is also delighted to do her part.
It makes me feel good to know if it's just one kid that gets fed, don't go to bed hungry, I can lay down and go to sleep and saying, you know, that I tried to make sure that they ain't hungry.
The Sandlick, Gordon, and Kings Creek fire departments delivered more than 150 meals each day. May 15th will be the last day for meal delivery and pickup. As many city halls and courtrooms are temporarily closed to the public because of COVID-19, that is impacting families trying to adopt. WYMT's Madison program gives us a look inside one Laurel County family's successful adoption during the pandemic.
Celebration fills the room as the Fields family is now legally a family of 6.
We were only expecting to have 1 kid. But God gave us 3 beautiful children, and we're just so blessed, and we're so happy that God put them in our lives.
Back in 2019, Andy and Kayla Fields started the process that would lead to this day.
Yes.
They put in to become Skylee, Dusty, and Aubrey's legal parents.
They kept pushing it back, and then when the corona hit, we knew that something was going to happen to where the adoption was going to be put off until all this had ended.
So they waited, and to the family's surprise, one Zoom call later with the judge, and they were able to make it official from right here at home.
I mean, it happened. It happened one way or another, and that's all that really matters.
Aubrey, the oldest of the 3, says this provides a sense of comfort.
Not having to look back and worry about, are my siblings okay, and, are they going to get another meal?
While Maddox says he is excited that his original family of 3 turned into a full house.
For most of my life, I've been the only child, and I was always wishing to have a sibling. Then when I heard my mom and dad doing an adoption, I was very excited to have siblings.
And Skylee, only 7 years old, is looking forward to just simply being a family.
I was happy that I wouldn't have to go nowhere no more. I wouldn't have to worry that I wasn't gonna go anywhere. I was happy that I had a family.
For the last 2 years, the Fields have already considered this bunch a family, but now
that they're my kids, I'm just beyond blessed, and I'm very happy that they're mine.
I chose them because they chose me.
This family can now say they are one and stronger than ever. In London, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
The family got to share the adoption through Facebook Live. Well, Cooper Coleman, a 5-year-old Pike County boy who was diagnosed with brain cancer earlier this year, returned home for the first time since February earlier this week. A Kentucky State Police motorcade brought Super Cooper and his family to their church for a drive-through celebration. All of the support created a bit of an overwhelming scene for the little guy as his loved ones waved and shouted from their vehicles. His aunt says she is glad to have him home for a while.
We love you, Cooper, and we're so excited to have you home. We can't wait till you're well, and God brings you home to us for good.
Cooper will be home for a little over a week and will return to Cincinnati to begin chemo.